about this that's really awesome is you can do it on anything. It's free. You can start right now, and it's super, super simple. And so I've been kind of playing around with it for I learned about a month ago. I've been playing around with it for about a month, and I think that there's some really powerful things that it's changing.
Let me ask a little true. I'd like to know your point of view.
Hi everybody, welcome to Evening TV. I'm Evening Ransom. Actually, hi everybody, welcome to Merida. I'm Evening Ransom. To Mexico, and this is our rented house, our temporary house. It's lovely, it's beautiful. And I've done a tour of it, and I'll attach that tour here somewhere. If it's not here, it'll be in a separate video, but I'll let you see the house. It's pretty cool. And what I wanted to really tell you about today was something exciting that I ran across, totally unplanned, but it's something I really want to share with you. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. I hadn't heard of it. It's something called Ho'oponopono. And I ran across this at a conference that I was at. And I have sort of taken it in and been trying it out, and trying it out with some modifications that make it a little bit more applicable, I think, to us, to our situation. And mostly what that is just making it really, really personal. It's a Hawaiian ritual. It's a Hawaiian tradition that came about, well, it's really very, very, very ancient, but in a modern context, there was this amazing story that I heard about it, and this is what intrigued me. Apparently there was a prison for the criminally insane in Hawaii, and they had a really hard time keeping doctors on staff and nurses on staff. The turnover was just terrible, and these people there, these inmates there, were really, really dangerous. They were so dangerous, in fact, that they had to be shackled 24/7. They had to be shackled all day long. To stay in compliance, they had to keep a doctor on staff. And so they, had run through a bunch of doctors, and finally they ended up contacting this one doctor who was kind of alternative, I guess they knew that, and asked him if he would come, be there. And he said, and I believe his name is Dr.Len, I believe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, he said, yes, I'll come, but I'm going to only do things my way. I'm only going to practice what I want to practice. And they were desperate, so they're like, okay, come, go ahead and come. So he came, and he did not meet with a single patient. Not a single patient did he ever meet with. But what he did was, he took their files into his office, and he did this meditation on the files that he read, on their stories and their histories. In some amount of time, these people started getting better. They didn't need to be shackled anymore. Next thing you know, they start getting released. Within 3 years, everyone in the program had been released, and the program was closed. They didn't need it anymore. And this checks out. This is not a lifestyle. This actually truly checks out. It's a really, truly amazing thing that really did happen. And it basically consists of 4 phrases that you say. You can say them silently, you can say them in any order. It's basically talking to the universe about this basically ugliness and bad things that happen in general, and taking responsibility for it because you can. And it's a way to move energy around. So like in our case, we're stuck in certain situations with narcissistic people, or people that have really, really harmed us, that aren't going to change. They're just never going to change. And so we seem stuck in sort of this resentment of it, or feeling really damaged by it. And what this meditation is it basically says you can take complete responsibility for what's happened, because basically they're suggesting anything that comes into your life is there for a reason. It's there because in some way you've drawn it in, or at least what I take in this, what I kind of modified this to, is that if it's still bothering us, if it's still part of our reality now, and sort of part of our memory and stuff that we're going through now, that's kind of on us. We can take responsibility for that. And what it basically is saying, what you should say is 4 phrases in any order, but the order that works best, I think, makes most sense to me, is I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And you do this on basically anything that's bothering you. You do this on anything that bothers you, anything that scares you, anything that makes you angry, anything that makes you sad. any conflict you have with a person, anything that you just are wondering about, anything that you feel insecure about, basically anything that makes you feel bad or disempowered or confused or anything like that. And it's really a good way. He calls it cleaning. He calls it keeping your basically psychic energy clean. And you're not saying it, so people resist. Go, I'm not sorry. They're the ones that hurt me. What am I apologizing for? And the thing is, you're not apologizing to anybody. You're not apologizing to anyone. No one's ever going to hear this. No one's ever going to, nothing like that. You're basically just saying, I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry that this is the world that we're in. I'm sorry I'm part of this. I'm sorry that I'm just sorry in general. And you're doing it because you can, and they can't, whoever they are. And also, the way I kind of modified it was that if you put your own name at the end of it, like, I'm sorry, evening. Please forgive me, evening, thank you. And I love you, evening. Say it to yourself. Say it to yourself. I think that really works really well to kind of clear up the whole, because I acknowledge that we were harmed. We were victimized. I acknowledge that. And so this can be a little tricky semantics to kind of get around. If we can at least know this much, we can know that we can't change anybody else's behavior. We can't change anything of the past. We can't change anything that's happened. All we can change is our reactions. All we can change is what we do now, what we do with it. And this is sort of a big way of forgiving ourselves for everything that we've been part of. And I know that a lot of what we hang on to is anger at ourselves. We're angry at ourselves that we put up with it, that we got fooled, that we didn't leave soon enough, that we stuck around, that we gave so many chances, that we let it get so bad, that we were so vulnerable, that we beat up ourselves about that, and that fuels our resentment towards them too. So if we can, forgive ourselves, that's really great. Well, anyway, the thing about this that's really awesome is you can do it on anything. It's free. You can start right now, and it's super, super simple. And so I've been kind of playing around with it for I learned about a month ago. I've been playing around with it for about a month, and I think that there's some really powerful things that it's changing and really working on. And so I wanted to share it with you. And so it's as simple as that. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. You say it in your own mind. You say it, basically you can say it all day long. You can say it constantly, because there's always things that are, always things that, you can say it to anything that you, every time you judge yourself, anytime you don't take good care of yourself, you procrastinate something, or you deprive yourself of something, or anytime you don't treat yourself really well, or anytime you make a mistake with your partner, or anytime you snap at your kids, or whatever, anything it is, you immediately do this, and that's how you just keep everything really clean. They call it being psychically clean. I think there's some healing in just the fact that these are the words that were just never said. They were just never said, and so it's so healing to hear them. I really think that it's pretty powerful. What does it hurt? So I'm going to attach a meditation here, and let me know what you think. Please like this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel today. That would really mean a lot to me. And hang in there for the meditation.
For any guilt you carry with you, whether old or new, resolved or unresolved, insignificant or profound, take a deep breath and sigh it out. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. If there are any experiences in your life where you felt like you set yourself up for failure, loosen your grasp upon them. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. for when you have ignored your intuition and followed unsound advice. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For any times you missed an opportunity because you doubted yourself, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Let any creative projects, business opportunities, financial possibilities, and potential relationships that failed for any reason rise to your mind. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For any time you have neglected to care of yourself and pushed your mind, body, and spirit too far, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Let yourself bring to mind any scenarios where you have bought into someone else's advice, life view, or attitude, whether through inexperience, misjudgment, or any other reason. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For all of the times you have told yourself, I am not good enough, or I will never succeed, realize you were deceiving yourself. Take a deep breath and exhale. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For any times you have used a substance, activity, or pattern of thought to confuse yourself or keep you away from a higher truth, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. For all of the times you have let negativity hold you back from your higher purpose, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Now, let any unresolved guilt, resentment, and pain rise within yourself. As each memory surfaces, murmur to yourself, I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. You are worthy of your own love. I am sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Take these next few minutes now to reflect on anything you may still need to forgive yourself for, and give your own pardon without reservation.